Well, hello everybody. I know it's been a minute, but there's been a lot going on. And you know what? My dad passed away, so I've been kind of out of sorts. And now I'm getting back into doing the regular things I do. That kind of helps with that. But let me tell you something. I do a lot of sewing. And you're probably wondering, why would you sew? Why would anybody sew? Well, because not too many people do it anymore. And I've been doing this as long as I can remember. And so why do I do sewing? Well, I do sewing because I love it. Most of the time. Most of the time I really love it. And there's sometimes where I wish I never knew how, it's just one of those things. So you have to be real picky about what you do and don't want to do. Thing is, I had to resort to doing my sewing full time because when you get to be my age, there's not a single business out there that'll let you even sit or stand or breathe to work a part-time job. They think you're too old. Well, I'm too old to do that, but I'm old enough to do this, which is really intricate and kind of difficult times. Ha ha. So I sew it because I love it and because other people don't know how. And that's a fact. We all got to wear clothes, right? We all got to wear pants, some of us, or skirts or whatever. And, the stuff you find in the stores doesn't quite fit right, does it? There's always a spot there where it's like too loose here, or too tight here, or too short. For me, they're too long because I'm short. Everything's too long for me. It's a conspiracy. They don't make short clothes for short people. So you have to pay someone, if you don't know how, to shorten those clothes so they fit you correctly and you look like some snazzy when you go out, or even just to look like you're not wearing a bag, right? So yeah, I sew because I can and I know how, and I've been doing it for over 40 years now. And the other reason why I sew is because skinny people sometimes turn into fat people, and then fat people turn into skinny people. So when they're jumping in their wardrobes up and down, and they see something really cute, like, oh, look at that cute little dress. Oh, damn, I gained 25 pounds, it'll never fit. I know someone who sews. I think that's where their brains go, honestly. As soon as they know someone's got a sewing, oh my gosh, and if you get a sewing machine and you want to learn how to sew, the second you make that first stitch, get ready. Your phone's going to ring off the hook. Off the hook, I am telling you. I had students, because I teach it to people who want to learn. Yay. That way it gives me some free time. And they come back to me and they go, my friend found out I had a sewing machine, found out I was taking sewing lessons, and now they're asking me to do this, do that. And I said, I told you so. I told you so, because that's what happens. When you don't have a skill and you learn it, especially sewing, everybody and their brother and their neighbors and their cousins and their grandparents, even the little kids are coming to you and like, can you fix this for me? It doesn't fit. And then you get to where it's, okay, so I have to sit down and it's going to take me this amount of time. If I cut out a pattern, I got to cut out the fabric. I got to do this. I got to do, like here, I'm doing all this pinning, right? This takes time. Well, the people that want you to sew for them, they don't put that into consideration. Do you know how many times I've been told, oh, it just needs a hem? Well, I'm very particular in that when I do a hem, it's going to look like you took it off the rack. Like it was bought that way. That's my quality control. I guess other people's quality control isn't as much. They're like, oh, all you have to do is hem it. That's like $5, right? I go, no. Do you know how much time it takes to hem one pant leg? And you got people out here at fast food joints and they want $15 an hour to sling a burger off a grill? Pre-frozen, pre-made, just heated up, put it in a bun and handed out the window? There's no talent in that. That's ridiculous. This is a skill. And everybody forgets that people who have that skill, it's worth something to us. We're the ones doing it. We're helping you out. We're making something that you're going to look nice in, or maybe sometimes hot in, depending on what the outfit is. But time is just, it goes over their head. I swear it goes over their head. So why did I start making clothes for people? Well, I have kids. Yeah, I had 2 sons to begin with, and then I had a daughter. And one summer, no, actually it wasn't even summer, it was the beginning of the school year. And the younger one was like 10, 11 years old. And he got up, he was getting dressed for school, and he came out into the living room, and he said, "Mom, my pants don't fit." I go, "What do you mean? They fit you yesterday." I swear overnight, some growth hormone went kaplooey, and he came out and his pants were this much too short. 3 inches too short. And I go, "You don't have any other?" No, he goes, "Mama, nothing fits. All my pants are too short. I tried on a couple other pairs," and I went, "Oh, God." So here I am, 6 o'clock in the morning, last minute. I'm ripping out the hem of these pants to try to make them a little bit longer so I can get to the store and either buy fabric and make them some pants or pay for the overpriced stuff in the store already. So I'll go to Walmart. Cheaper that way. They had them back then. They still had Walmarts back then. They were kind of new. We actually had Kmart's, so I would go to Kmart. And here I am ripping up the hem, and I've only got literally about 30 minutes to get this kid ready for school so he doesn't miss his bus. And I'm not driving him. No, you're going to ride a bus. Not like these kids nowadays. They just kind of like, "I don't want to ride the bus, Mom." Yeah, and so moms take them to school. They're spoiled. They don't have the social interaction they want. And then moms suffer for it. But I don't know why you moms that do that, because I didn't. And my kids learned to appreciate their mother, because I didn't do that. So I fixed his pants. And I had to do it several times between him and his brother. And then I thought to myself, I could do this for other people. Make some, pocket money, fun money. Take the kids to the park or take them to the water park or whatever. And I really didn't like the idea of touching people, because when you make clothes, you got to do fittings. So I made home decor. I made stuff for the house. And I kind of like this. I'm making cushion covers. So I made stuff for the house. And I started to do upholstery. And then I didn't. Because you know what? Some people have no taste. And when you like things that you work on to be pleasing to the eye, because you're working on them, maybe it's just me. I don't know. But anyway. And this man wanted me to do this cover for a sofa, and it was the most ugliest fabric I'd ever seen in my life. It looked like vomit with little burgundy geometric shapes on it. So when I finished that little project, I kept a piece of the material to remind me, don't ever do that again. And I didn't. Now here I am back doing this. But this is pretty material. So I don't mind. And I got the tools now. I've got a nice 6-gallon compressor with a pneumatic staple gun. Yeah, I'm a seamstress and a Tim the Tool Man without the accidents. Yeah, I respect the tools for what they do and we're supposed to do, and we just don't play like that. So my kids got me started, and then I got and did home decor, which was great because you get a contract. And you tell them, okay, you need this, this, and this. This is how much it's going to be. And you need to pay me half up front because sometimes I had to go and buy supplies. So I didn't want to use my own money. And if I had any leftover fabric, that was part of my fee. I got to keep the extra fabric. All good, right? Then I moved to Georgia. People are different here when they want you to do sewing for them. Like I said, there's those folks who say, "Oh, you just let the hem down and sew them back up." I said, "Oh, really? If it's that easy, why don't you do it?" And they don't like hearing that. So I explain my process. I don't have to, but I do because they don't want to pay me nothing. They think they can hand me $5 and hem a couple pairs of pants, and I go, and no. If I'm going to spend 4 hours on these things, I don't think so. So I have to explain to them. I've been doing this over 40 years. And I do blind hem, and I give them all this, of course, it's probably technical jargon they don't understand anyway, but it sounds good. And it's true. And then they kind of balk at it. But the ones who really need it done, they got the cash, they just don't want to pay it. So when I tell them, if you want this on a rush job less than 48 hours, I said, that's another extra $15 for my rearranging my life to do this thing for you. I had a man who literally showed up at my door, pulled up, got out of his truck, asked me, he says, are you the lady that sews? And I go, last time I checked, yeah. And he said, well, I need a pair of pants shortened. I said, okay. And he brought the pants out. It's your typical men's dress slacks. They don't hem them. You have to have someone hem them up for you. Of course, most men don't know how to sew. So far. I've taught a couple of young fellas, and they're going to design school, so I'm proud of that. And so my next question to him is, so when do you need these finished by? He goes, oh, the wedding's tonight. I need them tonight. I was like, what? And it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I go, okay. I measured the length, and I told him, I said, you can come back within like 3 hours and I'll have them done for you. He paid extra for it. He was very appreciative. But instead of waiting at home and coming back here, he sat right here. He sat here in my workroom and watched me do it. I don't like an audience to watch me actually make their stuff. Because then, who knows, they might be stealing my secrets. I'm not teaching my secrets. I had a lady who was bringing her granddaughter to learn how to sew. She found out I made bonnets. Now she wants me to teach her granddaughter and her how to make bonnets and steal business from me. No. Why do we sew for the people? To make some money. I don't plan on getting rich off it, but darn, I'd like to keep my money and keep my customers coming back. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. Building loyalty, building customer base, building listen to that. It's not cheap to do what I do. I mean, I have people that they just think that you're supposed to do everything for them. Like go out, pick fabric out and this and that. It's like, do I look like the Bank of Gibraltar? Do I look like someone who's got extra cash floating around so I can go buy the stuff for your crap and make it, and then you only want to give me peanuts for making it? I was like, oh, no. You're going to pay me for materials and time and labor and knowledge, okay? Today was a perfect example, and this is why I brought this up. I get a phone call, and it's a young lady, and she goes, I need a skirt made. Made. Now, when they say, I need it made, that means pattern, measurements, cut it out, stitch it up, fitting, and adjustments, and then it's done. And it's not like wham, bam, you're done, ma'am. No, it don't work that way. If you want it done right. Now, sure, I could make a skirt that look like crap. Elastic waistband, plain old sewn across hem, and be done with it. But that ain't me. That's not the quality of work I do. I said, okay, so you're needing a skirt from pattern from the beginning. When do you need it by? She said Saturday. And I looked, and I did exactly this. I looked up and I go, today is Thursday. The fabric's not here, the pattern's not here, the person's not here. So that means she'll either get it to me here today or tomorrow, which means Friday, and she needs it Saturday. That's a 24. I don't do a 24-hour turnaround. No. And I just politely said, ma'am, I cannot and do not do from pattern, from scratch, an article of clothing in that short time frame. I said, this is Thursday, and you're needing it Saturday? And she said yes, and I said, well, she tried to make it sound like she was like, I was going to accept her desperate thing, like, if you can fit me in, fit you in. You call me last minute. I guarantee you, and this always happens, people that call you and they tell you they need it now, it's for some party or whatever, and they're just now thinking, oh, shoot, I got to get this made. I don't know how. Wait, I can Google for a seamstress, and I'll have it in time for the party. Where's that entitlement attitude come from? What makes them think that I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here with my iron board and some pins and stuff, and he's like, oh, please call me. I need to make something today. No, it doesn't work that way, people. So, it's a business. It's not just a hobby. I think a lot of these last minute Lucy's, I call them last minute Lucy's. Last minute Lucy just calls up last minute, I need a dress altered for my wedding tomorrow. Well, when did you set the date? Oh, 6 months ago. Well, 6 months ago you should have brought the damn dress to get it altered, right? Nope. Priorities, yo. I have to prioritize my sewing projects. So why can't you prioritize your special events of clothes that don't fit you no more and be smart? I guess it doesn't exist in their minds. So yeah, I'm hollering about people who don't sew. Probably should learn how to at least sew on a button. Can you imagine? Someone wanted me to sew on a button for free. I go, no. I'm using my thread, my needle, my time. Nah, I don't think so. Nothing in life is free. Everybody can talk about the free stuff. Nothing's free. And my expertise definitely isn't free. But in this little project here, this ain't free either. And I got creative. And my creativity is worth something. Everybody's creativity is worth something. So if I get one more phone call, I may have to go off. That says, oh, I need. That's why I learned the hard way. And sometimes you have to when you're young and starting out trying to do this as a business, and you start getting some customers and stuff like that, and you're like, oh wow, that's easy enough to do, and then you underprice yourself. Learn real quick you don't do that, and you get your money up front, and you let them know that they have to pay half up front, and they don't get that back. That's non-refundable. That's my insurance policy, and that should be everybody's insurance policy. You got to tell it, like sewing. Especially if you got kids that are going to outgrow their clothes real quick. Remember, it's not a free gift given because it takes time to learn all the special stuff that you have to do to make other people happy. I do it because it's to make other people happy, but if they're making me miserable, I ain't in it. I'm retired. I don't have to do stuff that makes me irritable. And that also makes me holler. This is your Hollering Holland. Stay tuned. I got some more things crawling around in my head. See you next time.